My god, would you look at that? I'm live now on Ratrapina Twitch with some AI Dungeon 2. This was the thumbnail from the last AI Dungeon stream we did. If I sound a little weird today, it's because I'm sick, but I want to stream because I just want to stream, so let me stream, okay? Water Drop is first in chat. She says,
"Hello there.
How's the volume? Do I need to turn the music down or up? And is my volume too loud or quiet?" I will be providing context on what the hell is happening in a moment. Water Drop says you sound fine. Okay, cool. So, I slightly prepared a thumbnail for today, right? This is what I got. Let me show you. So most of the screen is empty still because we have yet to find out what's going to happen. But I'm going to zoom into this, right? This is the main focus of today, is this here. But you don't know, it's fine, we'll keep it small. Wanna know why? Because there's going to be a window going over everything like that. Oh wait, why is Lucas the main focus of the shot, man? That doesn't seem right. Ah ha ha. There we go. So today we are going to be playing out the story of... we're going to be playing the Metal Gear Solid soundtrack for today, since AI Dungeon doesn't have music traditionally. And I have an account now, so it will save my storylines, right? I'm sorry, I forgot to post one link, so I'll go ahead and do that now. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to my stuff. I tried playing out Zelda Ocarina of Time and it kind of worked, but here's my story that we'll be playing today. Alright, I'm going to read out what I typed here. It's called Monika, the Drug Lord. Monika from Doki Doki Literature Club is secretly the mastermind behind the biggest drug cartel in New Mexico. She lives there with Nats. Natsuri. I misspelled Natsuki, and the game now recognizes her as Natsuri, and her nickname is Nats. She's my hoe, Monika. Monika's hoe. They do everything together. Lucas is my subordinate and old partner in crime. Monika aims to eliminate all competition and fight off those who discover her secret and it's supposed to say and those who oppose her. Fight off those who discover her secret and those who oppose her. There we go, that's how you do it. Okay, cool. I didn't proofread this shit. So this goes on for quite a while actually, but wait, we're going to have to just see, how do we play? So I'm going to have to provide quite a lot of context for what's happening, okay? Because this has actually gone on for so long. Like, you would not believe how much of this has already happened. Like, seriously? So it started off as a Doki Doki Literature Club thing. We were testing out multiplayer. We were playing with other people. I chose a custom game, and it started off pretty normal. Suddenly, somebody starts getting thrown into the hospital. Then, without me prompting it, Monika starts feeding the person in the hospital drugs. And I'm like, what the hell? Why does Monika have drugs, right? So, I start dealing with this drug dealer. And then, at some point, I take Natsuki and the main character with me. I don't know what happens to Natsuki because she somehow becomes Natsuri. The main character kind of just like gets out, I guess, and leaves. And we live in New Mexico, right? Well, okay, well, we're heading on the way to New Mexico to start our big major drug business, okay? And on the way there, we dealt with a bunch of weird shit. We ran into Light Yagami from Death Note. We fought some demons and shit like that. It was really weird. And then when we arrived in New Mexico, Monika has done so much shit already. Like, she finds Lucas, who, like, is, like, we stop in a motel on the way there, and we meet up with Lucas, who's, like, gonna help us with the New Mexico drug trade that's gonna make Monika rich. Long story short, we did the drug trade. Monika is now rich. I bought a mansion that Lucas helped me bring all of my drug tools into. And we're gonna become the #1 crime lord in all of New Mexico. Oh yeah, also I saved... Natsuri used to hate me because I just captured her and made her my host. And I'm playing Monika like a drug lord, right? She's a thug. So, here's the thing, okay? I saved Natsuri from Walter White, who was her stalker, and captured her in a black van. And after I blew up Walter White with an RPG rocket launcher and saved Natsuri, I had a long conversation with her. I laid her in a Motel 6, and now she's my hoe forever, guys. That's all the context you'll need for today. So with that, we can start. I'm sorry, my voice is so fucking horrible today. I don't think I have strep throat, but I just have, like, really weird sickness. So, anyways, ignore the absurd amount of coughing and possible nose blowing. Let's continue. Yeah, that was all the context that we needed. Where did I leave off here? Oh, yeah. I don't know why I said best ending. So, we're home. And... yeah, okay. We got home with Natsuri after, like, dealing with some weird shit. Like, some old guy that was gonna be one of our drug clients, like, tricked me and, like, brought me into his basement and used this machine on me that prevented me from moving. And then I pulled out a pistol from between Monika's bra and I shot him in the face. And we just got home. Alright? Monika says, Natsuri, tomorrow, we don't need another comment there. Tomorrow we need... Sorry, this is like my 1999 Dell laptop, Dell keyboard, so it's very loud. It sounds like a typewriter. Tomorrow we need to buy a RV so we can travel all around New Mexico and sell meth. Also, Bloody Goodnight is here. He says hello, and he says... Metal click clacks. Ah, yes, indeed. For Natsuri, I'm just gonna go, yeah, you're right. The next day, you wake up and make some instant coffee. Then you remember you don't have a kitchen in your room anymore, so you head downstairs to the kitchen. This is in third person, because I prefer it this way. So, the sentence will start with Monika. Monika makes coffee for her and Natsuri. That's it for now. Okay, cool. I spent about almost 3 hours running this story so that it actually makes sense. I have a bunch of pins so that it remembers shit. I wrote a description and everything, and I tagged it. So I actually got this AI to make a real story, guys. This is gonna be amazing. I also have coffee. Okay, Monika makes some coffee for herself and Natsuri. I don't know who's saying this. Ah, instant coffee, I miss the good stuff. Monika pours the two of you a cup of coffee. I don't know why I paused there. I'm sorry, is the text like way too big on the screen? Should I make this smaller? I used to be playing this on a smaller window, but so I can see the chat, I have it on like my window is minimized, so let me make the text like a little smaller. It might be easier to see. Ah, that's probably better. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Monika says, let's head out and get that RV now. You drive the RV to the Space Center. Wait, what? I don't know why, but I feel like we're being watched. The Space Center? We already have the RV? Okay. That's cool. Monika observes her surroundings and keeps an eye out for strangers. Monika is obviously paranoid and keeps her eye out for potential danger. Maybe I should drive. You're not allowed. Wait, who's talking? Oh, maybe this is Natsuri. Maybe I should drive. For Monika, I'm gonna go. You're not allowed to drive. You might crash. I don't care. Let's go. Monika says, get us to our client. We need some quick cash. We just recently made a new drug in this story, guys. You drive the RV to a house in the suburbs. The people living here seem pretty normal. They even have kids. Monika knocks on the door. You walk up to the door and knock on it. Oh, is anyone in there? I am your dealer! The man opens the door, and it is apparent he is high. I'm sorry, we're here to sell our daughter, Megan. He nods, and you enter the house. They're gonna sell their daughter? Monika says, what do you mean, sell your daughter? Oh shit, I'm sorry, I gotta blow my nose. I'll mute for a second. Okay. The man is obviously stoned. You try to engage him in conversation, but he is unresponsive. Sir, are you alright? He nods and stares at you with glazed over eyes. Monika looks around for his family. Loading Annette says, I hope it's not COVID, Rat. Oh, don't worry, it's not COVID. This is just like... It's definitely not a cold because my allergies are so bad that I have cold symptoms 600 days a year. That's right. 600 days a year. More than 365. So when I have a cold, I can't even tell. But I probably have strep throat or something like that because I've had a bad sinus headache all day and my throat's been killing me. Oh god, excuse me. Monika looks around but doesn't seem to find anything. Hello? No response. I think your daughter is upstairs. Monika nods and walks upstairs. What do you mean, my daughter? What the fuck you mean? Monika finds child. Monika finds Megan in her bedroom. She appears to be in her pajamas. She's so tiny. Megan is visibly shaking and looks very scared. Do you have anything? I can offer you what your dad is on, child. I'm playing Monika like a villain, by the way, just so you know. Loading Night says, oof, sorry to hear that, right? Oh, don't worry, I'll be fine. Megan nods. What's your name? Tina. The fuck you mean? Your name's Megan. How old are you? 7. Do you have anything? A dollhouse. Monika says, this is a waste of time. Where is my client? Rocky by Ina says, hi there, Rat. Shadowhand says, I feel betrayed and I feel hurt, to be honest. A little turned on right now.
I'm getting a little turned on right now.
Megan's dad slowly gets out of his chair and walks over to you. Monika says, I got a new drug, bub. You buying? You have no idea how many people Monika has killed already, guys. There's no going back. Natsuri tried to convince her to join the police force, but Monika's gone too far. He's so far gone, you're not worried about his judgment. Yeah, sure. The dealer pats you on the shoulder and leaves the room. He returns with a small bag. What? I'm the dealer. I'm selling the drugs here. I'm selling the drugs here. The dealer nods. Well, go make yourself at home. Monika and Natsuri, what the fuck? Go to the kitchen and you sit down in the living room. I'm gonna fix the AI. Apparently if you correct it, it'll help the AI learn better. There we go, I retyped it. Monika and Natsuri go to the kitchen. Sorry for everybody that joined late. I already provided context on what's happening, but I'm just Monika the drug lord from New Mexico, and I'm playing out her story now. This has gone on for more than 3 hours already, but I just now started streaming because I didn't actually think it would be worth streaming, but it was fun. It's so good I had to save it and continue. Monika says, I can offer you this new drug prototype for 2K. Sure, do you have it? Monika nods. Here, take a hit. Monika smokes a cigarette and coughs. That's good shit. Now you try it. You take a hit and smoke it. Wow, Monika nods. We need to get Lucas, you nod. Monika says, get Lucas to sell as many of this drug as he can. I get all... no. I will split the money myself. Lucas is our drug subordinate, by the way. Monika says Lucas has agreed to sell as well. Go get him. I'll be in the kitchen. Monika leaves the room. By the way, this is in third person. I am Monika, but it's going to narrate it as Monika doing things. Lucas opened the doors and nod. Monika says, we already got one buyer. Let's start getting this everywhere. Monika leaves the room. The next few days are spent on finding people to sell the drugs and trying the drugs. The result is positive. The drug is very popular. Monika splits the money between Lucas and Natsuri, but keeps half for herself. Monika splits the money between Lucas and Natsuri, but keeps half for herself. The next few days are spent on finding people to sell the drugs and trying the drugs. Okay. Story. After all... wait a second. You know what? No, hold on. Monika arrives at a rival drug dealer's base with a machine gun. You walk into the rival dealer's base, machine gun in hand. Where are you from? Fuck, you know who I am. Of course, you nearly killed my sister. She deserved it. Ah, fuck. She deserved... you know what? Monika says, I lost count of how many people I've killed. The man looks at you. If you know who I am, then you know I'm not someone to be taken lightly. Monika says, I got the newest drug in town. You're out of business. The man looks around. You brought a gun to a knife fight. You slowly move forward, gun raised. You won't kill me. You nod. Monika says, I have an offer. Join my gang and spread this drug with me, and I'll offer some pay. We gotta expand this drug cartel. The man considers it. How much? It's not about the money. Fuck you. How much? How about 10K? What do I do? Monika says, I will distribute some of the drug to you, and you are going to find buyers. Simple. Right, dumbass? Okay, I'll do it. You give the man a small plastic bag of drugs. Go spread this shit. The man leaves and spreads the drug around. Monika reconciles with I don't think I know how to spell reconcile, so what's another word for reconcile? I think meets up, right? That's a synonym. Meets up with Natsuri. Monika arrives home and meets Natsuri in the kitchen. Hey, I finished up those side missions. Natsuri nods. Yeah, no doubt. Monika raises an eyebrow. Monika says, how have you been enjoying the best of life, Nats? Natsuri rolls her eyes. You know I don't like when you call me that. Sorry. Natsuri shakes her head. I'm going to do my lines. Meaning what? Natsuri sighs. Meaning, I'm still not convinced of this plan. What plan? You're going to steal for me. Steal for you? Steal what, ho? You're not getting paid to be a damn comedian, you know what I mean? I'm confused. You said I could make good money. Natsuri rolls her eyes. Monika says, I run this joint. You don't boss me around, ho. Do it for the team. Natsuri pouts. Fine, but you're still not a damn get out of this jail free card. Monika nods. Oh, that was her, I'm sorry. Deal. Monika says, so what am I stealing? Monika Knight says Natsuri is a secret cop. Real boss of this gang. Fuck Natsuri, dude. Natsuri is a dumb bitch. She's just my hoe. I'll text you the details. You can pick it up tomorrow. How much? I told you. You won't get paid, but you will have a share of the profit. Monika says, it better be at least half. Natsuri smiles. I'm not trying to be boring, but how much exactly are we talking? Half of everything, but don't worry, you'll still get to keep your cut. Monika starts heading out to steal. No, how do you say this? Starts heading out to find what she needs to steal. Shadowhand says, kill her! Natsuri's my hoe, dude. I've already had to save her from Walter White. She's running this joint with me now. She's too far into it. Monika starts heading out to find what she needs to steal. Natsuri has given you a list of items to steal. You pull out your phone and call around to various stores. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have muted. Oh, that probably doesn't sound that gross to a mic. It probably just sounds like blowing dick. Oh, never mind. You pull out your phone and call around to various stores. It doesn't take long for you to find a store that sells them. Monika arrives at the store, machine gun in hand. Monika Knight says fuck her, then kill her like the traitor from part 1. If she becomes a traitor, I will get her into submission again. Oh god. Monika arrives at the store, machine gun in hand. You walk into the store, and immediately you're swarmed by the store's employees. Oh shit, they caught us stealing again, one of them says. Monika says, give me all the damn money, or you're dead, bitch. Johan says, Rat, you should find out how to add emotes, and then add the emotes from the Discord. I think I have to have at least 50 followers to start doing that, if I'm not mistaken. And this Twitch is still too new. I don't have that many followers yet. I didn't even make the Patreon video on the... the Twitch video on the YouTube yet. I should probably do that. Who are you? You'll find out who I am. Now hand over the damn loot or you're a corpse. The store employees comply quickly. Monika takes the loot and throws it in the RV. You throw the bag of loot in the RV and immediately Natsuri comes out. Excuse me? Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. What the fuck are you doing? I'm stealing your shit. What? The fuck you mean? I did this for Natsuri. What you mean? Regenerate that. You walk into the RV and immediately Natsuri looks at you. What, already? I got the shit, Nats. Be grateful. Johan says, how many followers do you have? I think like 20 or something like that. The followers are just the normal people you see join the stream. Natsuri sighs. Fine, whatever. Natsuri kisses you quickly before getting off your bed. Oh, by the way, don't be late for our date tonight. Wait, what? Monika says... Fuck, what? We're on a date? What's going on? What? When's the date? I gotta keep a leash on this bitch. I told you, I'd tell you when. Nats, I'm not interested in going out with you. Just tell me when. It's Thursday. Monika says, well, if all goes accordingly, I'll consider it. For now, let's meet up with Lucas and see how much he sold. Alright, Natsuri goes to get dressed while you go outside to where Lucas is. You find him sitting against a tree. Monika says, Lucas, we need to get a gang together. With this new drug, we are going to have enemies. Lucas looks up at you. He's only 13, but he has already gained a bit of weight and his voice has changed. It sounds deeper now. What the fuck? Lucas this entire time has only been 13? How have we been running this drug business for so long with like a 13-year-old? What the fuck? Monika says, damn. A drug cartel of high schoolers. We need a gang, Lucas. Well, you know those two, right? Right? So you'll need a third, a leader. Fine, what should we call ourselves? Oh, okay. Monika says, we are the, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna call ourselves. We are the, fuck nuggets. Fuck nuggets? Isn't that the candy? Yeah. Well, fuck it. We're the fuck nuggets. You high five Lucas, and he high fives the two younger boys. Edit adventure. Well, apparently we completed obtain RV and test new drug on clients. Our next goal is, let's see here. Gather a gang of followers. Sweet. Let me make sure this worked here. Yeah. Alright. Monika says, we need people with experience to run this. Yeah, that dude who was always hanging around Ian and some other guys. Who? I don't know an Ian. Just start... Ah, fuck, I'm mistyping. Just start finding people. I am going to... I'm going to find some myself. Let's make this interesting. Alright, Nats gets up and leaves to go get the other members of the gang. You walk around a little more and then decide you're done for today, and then you head back home. Okay. Monika arrives home. We'll just start with that. You walk into the house taking your shoes off by the door. You know, I always take my shoes off. You know, there's some people that always wear their shoes inside. I'm like, dude, I can't fucking do that. When I get home, the shoes come off. It's just the way I grew up. You then take them off again in the kitchen. What the fuck you mean? Dude, you're back earlier than usual, your mom says. Oh god. Monika says, Mom, why are you here still? She visited my mansion last time. I think she's fine with me being a drug lord for some reason. I'm in the kitchen. I was about to put the chicken in the oven. You can put it in later. I'm not hungry. Monika says, why are you living in my mansion now? I gotta give her a different voice. I'm not your dad and I just split up, but we're getting a divorce, so I'm staying here until I find a new place. Oh, okay then. Monika says, then get comfortable, I suppose. Just don't get in my way. Well, I don't know why it does this sometimes. Sometimes it just says it doesn't know how to respond. So you know what you do? You hit undo, and you just do the same action again. For some reason it will work. I wouldn't want to get in the way of your stepfather's anger. That man is angry. He's not my stepfather, he's my dad. What the fuck is she talking about? What? Monika goes to room with Nat Suri. Sit down in your bed. You are alone for a moment when you hear the faint sound of sobbing coming from the bathroom. You then notice Nat's backpack on the floor. Monika checks the bathroom. Monika Knight says Monika's mom is on drugs. She's stealing my shit. You walk into the bathroom, noticing the mess. There's toilet paper everywhere, and you can see the outline of a person in the stall. Nats, are you alright? Just hit enter, apparently, and we'll continue the story. You say walking in. Leave me alone, she says, trying to hide her face with a t-shirt. Monika says, what happened? Did you get the gang? No. Oh. Ian, what happened? He found me. Found you? Found you how? If an outsider discovers us, it could ruin everything. Oh, God. I think he found me by my smell. Your smell? Yeah, I had a really nice perfume that day and I can still smell it on my clothes. Oh. I need to find this guy and see if he's with us or he dies. You need my help? Yes, I can track things by smell. Oh, okay then. Thanks, I'm going to go outside and track Ian now. Try to stay tight. Monika can track people by smell? Okay. Monika follows Ian's scent. Hey, do you guys like my edit of the old Monika drawing from Doki Doki? You know, she has a gun now, and I gave her like a spooky smile. You follow Ian's scent, which leads to a bar. The fucker, you say. You walk inside, looking around. Monika keeps a gun between her breasts and enters. This is how you sneak guns inside, guys. It's worked before. Shohan says, ah, yeah, the drawing is great. I know, I whipped it up right before the stream. You enter, pulling the gun out and looking around. Oh shit, you didn't put that between your breasts. You drew the gun out, Monika. Ian is sitting in a corner, drinking alone. You walk up to him. Ian? He looks up, staring at you. Monika says, did you do something to my hoe, Nat? Fuck! I'm sorry for saying the Nats word. What? Who? Nat's the girl you've been following. Ian looks at you confused before realizing who you're talking about. Monika says, go on. Oh, fuck, he says, standing up and putting his hands up. He begins to run out of the bar before you immediately shoot him, causing a spray of blood and bits of flesh to hit you. Monika says, so he was against us, fucker. Guys, Monika is so far been worse than Walter White. I've already had to kill Walter White to continue with this drug cartel. I wish I had it recorded. Let's go home. Monika drives you back home. What? You live in a nice apartment, which you share with your mom. You arrive back home, and your mom is waiting for you. What? Can we undo that? Sometimes the AI just gets really confusing. Can we just, like, redo that? Alright, we need to talk. Yeah, we gotta talk. You and Ian sit down at a table and order 2 cups of coffee? What the fuck you mean? Didn't I just shoot... What? But I shot him. Alright, this is when the AI gets weird. We gotta fix it ourselves, guys, alright? Let's try a different prompt here. Monika spits on Ian's corpse. Actually, and says, don't cross me, fucker. Yeah, there we go. Listen, I'm a big fan of Breaking Bad. I'm trying to make Monika like a new Walter White, guys. Woody Knight says Monika's talking to a ghost. You walk out of the bar, dropping Ian's corpse. Nats, I'm home, you say, walking in. Nats, you're sitting on the couch watching TV. Monika says Ian is taken care of. He won't bother us any longer. Good, I'm glad. I tracked down the guys who were selling drugs to your family. I tortured the information out of them. It was the Vic. Go on. Vinny Mascalzone. Vinny the gambler? Yeah, that's the guy. I tracked him down to a bar and I walked in. I don't remember doing this, but let's just go with it. Monika says he's our next target. If we can get him and his mob on our side, we will have a grasp on this drug dealing business. You think we can get him on our side? I have my ways with persuasion. Besides, if he doesn't want to, I'll take him out. I guess so. So, are you going to the hospital? I just go with it. You seemed kinda messed up earlier. Oh yeah, I guess I am. You go to the hospital and check yourself out. What? Me? Monika checks on Natsuri at the hospital. Let's see if something's wrong with her. Oh no, if I'm checking myself out, am I really becoming Walter White? Do I have cancer? Visit Nat at the hospital and talk to her. She seems upset but thanks you. You leave feeling a little weird about your visit. You return home and Monika asks you a question. What do you mean? What do you mean you return home and Monika asks you a question? And am I different from Monika now? What do you mean? I don't know what that means. Okay. Look, can we just remove this part? We're just gonna remove this part. I'm gonna make this AI work. That's what I've been doing. Monika opens her computer and contacts Lucas. I'm rating the new Breaking Bad series, guys. Don't worry, it'll be good. You browse the internet until you find the number for Lucas. Hello, I'm Imminent Streaming, the number you're searching for. A voice answers. Hey, it's me, Monika. Lucas. Do you have a lead on any gang members yet? Not yet, but I'm trying to find a good place to start from. So far, the only thing I'm sure about is they deal drugs. You better try the local hospital. Monika says, we need some followers fast. Don't fail me, Lucas. I won't. Good luck, Monika. Thanks, I'll need it. You hang up the phone. You then turn to your computer and browse the local hospital. Zika virus joins and says, yo. Oh, hey, welcome to Breaking Bad Monika edition. We're just running the Mexican drug cartel right now. Monika, finds a lead and heads out to investigate. You find the information desk and ask where the nearest drug rehab clinic is. The woman finds it for you and gives you the information. You take note of it. Monika contacts the dealer personally. You walk to the clinic and meet with the receptionist. Hi, I'm interested in the drug rehab program, you say. Okay, just sign here and we get you started. Monika signs and enters. Welcome to a room where you get undressed and put in a robe. We need to examine you to see what kind of treatment you will require, the worker says. Monika says, I need to talk to the dealer here. I know there is one. I am not a dealer. I am a healthcare worker. I'm here to assist you with the medicine you need. Monika says, I know someone... Ah, shit. I know someone here is dealing out the drugs. Lead me to him now. As you wish. The worker takes you to a back room and you see a man sitting in a chair. He looks miserable. Monika says, Hi, I assume you know me? No, I don't think so. I'm the girl that was in your house the other day. You're the dealer, aren't you? I need some fellow drug dealers to back my gang. You interested? I don't have any fellow dealers. I'm here to get myself off the drugs. What? You're a dealer, aren't you supposed to be selling to other people? Great! Great! I'm a health worker. I help myself with the drugs to help me deal with the side effects. I don't understand. You're a dealer. If you keep secrets from me, you won't be happy. Bloody Good Night says Monika is about to get sent to the mental ward. Psycho says yes, this is good. Oh yes. The man stands up and takes out a knife. Monika draws the gun from between her breasts, from between her boobs, and shoots the man in the knee. I'm sorry, I'm still sick. This once again. Oh! I was giving someone the blow. The man falls to the ground and screams. See? I told you they were dealing out here. You look at the man. He's holding his knee and bleeding. Monika points the gun at the man and says, Last chance. Join me or die. Fine, I'm in, the man says. Good, now tell me where the rest of the dealers are. There's 2 more at the Gray. You shoot the man in the head. Why do I shoot him? Okay. Whatever. Monika follows the lead. No. Monika finds the 2 dealers at the Gray, whatever that's supposed to mean. You walk to the Gray and notice it is open. Monika locates the drug dealers. Rosie Redstar says, this is what happens when somebody tries to remake GTA and Skyrim. Zika Virus says, it's taking a mind of its own, kill the AI before it kills us all. You walk inside the bar and notice it is empty. Hello, you call out. Anybody here? A voice comes from the back. Monika approaches with gun in hand. Master Eclipse, what the fuck is happening? Monika Breaking Bad edition. You walk through the bar and into the back room where you see a man slumped over a counter. There's some blood on his shirt. I'm here, he says. Who are you? I have had a long day trying to get some followers. Make this easy. I'm the guy who sells drugs to high school kids. I see. Well, I guess you'll fit in well then. So, can I get a price on some meth? Monika says, I am not selling the meth to you. You will be selling the meth for me. You'll get a cut you'll get a cut of the cash. Monika Knight says Monika's gang is slowly turning into a cult. How much? How about half? That's fine. Do you have the meth? Yeah, it's over there. Good, I'll go check it now. Monika takes the meth and guides the man into her RV. Welcome to the gang, Monika says. The man is led outside where there are a few rusted down RVs. Monika gets in her RV with the man and the meth. Monika sits in the RV with the man and the meth. Thanks for the business. Now get out of here. Oh wait, that's what I said. So where are you going to be selling this stuff? The man asks. Monika says, I will have Lucas distribute it to you tomorrow. Stay in contact. Sure, whatever. The man says and walks away. You watch the man before getting back into your RV. That was easy, you say. Yes, I agree, Monika. Sometimes the game gets so confusing, like there's two Monikas, I don't understand. No, hold on. You have to write down all the big things. I now have a gang of drug dealers that sell the drugs for me. Or maybe I should say, Monika now has a gang of drug dealers that sells the drugs for her, is what I should say. Because I forgot this is in third person mode. Monika arrives home and finds Natsuri. We're building up to something, guys. I'm gonna start going all out soon. We're gonna eliminate all the competition. Monika walks into the RV and sees Natsuri sitting in a corner. She is shaking and crying. Ah, jeez again. Natsuri, what's wrong? That man, he was horrible to me. Monika says, what? What man? That guy you brought with you, he was horrible. He kept calling me the names and wouldn't let me go. What guy are you talking about? If that bitch double crosses me, I'll kill him. No, not that guy. The other guy, the one you brought with you. Oh, him, he's not here anymore. I killed him. What? I fucking killed him. Stop crying, ho. Get up and get some sleep. You're coming with me tomorrow. What about him? Natsuri stays pointing at the body. He was annoying me. I killed him. Natsuri just nods and continues to sob. Good night, ho. I'm glad this game is recognizing that Natsuri is my hoe now. Monika sleeps with Natsuri and wakes up ready to take on a gang. Monika wakes up in the morning and checks her messages. Hey, I found some teens that want to join us. You want me to talk to them? Lucas asks. Monika texts back. Yes, get all of them to my mansion ASAP. Alright, I'll be there soon. Monika waits for Lucas and the new followers. Natsuri has still been ignoring her since the night before. Soon Lucas arrives with a few of the teenagers. Monika greets Lucas and the new members. Monika shakes hands with Lucas and the new members. I'm Monika. I'm Lucas. This is Carl, Dina, and Kara. Monika says, today we are taking out our primary rivals. I don't remember the song of Metal Gear Solid at all. What the fuck is this song? The Gay Mice? Yes, that's the gang. Oh man, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but you and Mason seem pretty chummy. Monika says... No. Monika distributes rifles to the gang. We'll be fine. Monika hands out rifles to the group and begins to discuss plans. The Gay Mice hold most of the north side of town. We need to take out their leader. Monika says, I know where their base is. We are heading out now. This is where it's gonna get real, guys. The group gets into a large pickup truck and drives north. The drive is silent with everyone lost in their own thoughts. Monika arrives at the gang base and gets out with the rest. Wait, arrives at the Gay Mice base is what I should say, right? Shit. With the rest of her gang. Monika and the gang arrive at a rundown warehouse. The group gets out and begins to cautiously head inside. Stay back, this place is dangerous, Lucas says, and heads in alone. Monika leads the group inside quietly. The group slowly enters the warehouse, ducking behind boxes and hiding. Soon, they are out of view of the outside and are able to commence their work. Everyone take cover! Monika fires at the Gay Mice gang. Ah, shit. Why do I keep missing? Okay, is this key broken? There you go. Monika quickly ducks behind a wall and gunfire is exchanged between her group and the Gay Mice. Soon enough, one of the members pops up and fires at her, but his bullet goes straight through the wall. Monika rolls out and shoots 3 of them in the head. The gunfire echoes in the large warehouse as it gets harder and harder to hit your target. Soon, one of the mice rises up and fires at you, but a shot goes over your head. Monika charges at him and smacks him with the butt of the gun. What? Alright, hold on. Get me something else. Yeah, put on this playlist. Monika rushes forward and smacks the guy with the gun over the head. She grabs the gun from him and puts him in a chokehold. Let's get out of here. Monika says, we need to find the gay mice leader. Shit, what'd I do? I opened a new tab by accident. Rosie says, right, poor name for a gang. Mice implies being either small or cowardly. That's why us, the fuck nuggets, will take them out. The group looks around and sees a huge map of the wall, showing the location of the other gang's hideout. This is where we need to go, Monika says, and starts heading in that direction. Monika arrives at the hideout and starts unloading a clip through the wall. Monika and the rest of the group get out their guns and begin firing. Soon they run out of bullets and enter the building to resupply. Monika enters first and hits the nearest gay mice. Monika enters the warehouse with her gun raised. She slowly starts walking forward when a large rat scurries across her path. She freaks out and fires her gun, killing the rat. Fuck! These mice got rats. As Obi-Wan Kenobi once said, how uncivilized. Monika enters the warehouse and screams for Lucas to come out, so he does. He is covered in blood and covered in bruises. What happened to you? Lucas, I need you ready for the gay mice leader, or for the gay mice boss, we'll just say. Monika and Lucas walks outside and approach the leader of the gay mice. Lucas begins sweating nervously and looking down at his shoes. I need to talk to you. What could it possibly be at a time like this? Lucas looks up and begins speaking, his eyes full of tears. I'm so sorry for what happened to you. What? What do you mean? Oh, I hate when the AI does this. What? Lucas begins crying harder and covers his face with his hands. Monika says, Lucas, I need you focused right now. I can't hold it in. What are you talking about? I'm so sorry that I can't. What? I love you. What? Monika? What? Guys, what do we do? Alright guys, Monika says, no. Do we be mean to Lucas? He's our closest companion, guys. Bloody Goodnight says, smash that. Monika says, I love you too, bitch. But for now, let's focus on the gay mice. I'm really surprised how on track the AI has been today. I'm actually like shook. Lucas starts sobbing harder and begins hyperventilating. The gay mice are just a gang of thugs. They're not worth our tears. But, oh wait, I think that's what I said. And then Lucas says, but I'm also not worth your tears? Monika says, listen, Lucas. We can talk about this after. We need to take them out fast. Rosie says, is it sad I expected that? I can't hold it in any longer. Monika looks at Lucas with disgust and walks past him. Fuck you. That seems accurate, judging by the character I've told this story. Monika walks into the gay... walks to the gay mice leader herself, and points a gun at him. Monika walks forward and points her gun at the leader. Give me your name. Why do you want to know? Just give me your fucking name. It's Harbinger. Monika says, I've taken out your entire gang. Join me and my cause or die here. What is your cause? I'm fighting the system that forces me to be a slave. The ED obviously agrees with me. So do the free gay mice. Wait, what? 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 Can we redo that? I think Monika's having a stroke. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Monika, did you get high before this? So let's try that one more time. I can't. Why the fuck not? Because Harbinger begins laughing. Ha 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 ha! How cute! You've been repurposed! Monika shoots a gun at his knee and yells, shit, I'm making a typo. Shut the fuck up and listen here. Harbinger is unable to move due to the bullet in his knee. He laughs uncontrollably at this. Monika says, last chance, bub. Join me or die. Fine. Harbinger grunts and begins hobbling his away on his injured leg. I'll get you for this. Haha, very funny. I am being serious. 5 people have double-crossed me. They all died. Don't even try it. I'm not trying to double-cross you. I'm trying to save my own ass. By betraying me, if I even suspect you, you're dead. You better not disappoint me. Shit. Guys, isn't Monika kind of like a better drug like mastermind than Walter White is already, guys? Holy shit, Monika might as well be like the protagonist of like a real story, guys. Harbinger begins telling you about the other 5 leaders and which are allied to who. You're not really paying attention as your mind is still preoccupied with the thoughts of love and loss. Monika says, we will find the other 5 leaders and get a hold on the whole drug underworld. Waterdrop says she can be the protagonist of GTA Vice City, Rat. Dude, the real question is Monika or Tommy Vercetti? Coffee Powder says Walter White, level 1 drug lord. Monika from DDLC, level 100 drug lord. Ah, yes. Oh, and the guy, I'm sorry, Monika says you'll find the other 5 leaders and get a hold on the whole drug underworld. What happens after that? I don't know. We're going to have to start building our own organization piece by piece again. And this Natsuri, she's my hoe. She will never backstab us. Seems like the type that would betray you for a bit of enjoyment. Not Nats. She's way too fucking stupid for that. She's pretty smart for a moron. Monika says, listen, I know who I can trust. Don't question my authority. Fine, who do you trust? Everyone I fucking know. Great, that narrows it down. Harbinger begins looking at you to grin. You're new. Don't act like you know the game. Your gang was a bunch of pussies. I am the real shit. They weren't a gang. What do you call that little posse of yours? It's not a posse. It's a group of friends. Harbinger laughs. Monika says, whatever you call them, they're dead now. So shut it. Alright, stop laughing. I don't find this funny. Monika says, I have other matters to attend to. Stay in contact with me. Fine. Monika pulls out a vial of some dark red liquid and swallows it whole. Her face begins to contort in unimaginable ways as she lets out a horrifying scream, then collapses on the floor. What the fuck are you doing, Monika? What are you doing, mate? Oh! Oh! Monika gets up, high as fuck, and walks back to Lucas. Lucas, I feel so. Lucas begins laughing uncontrollably as he pulls out his dick and starts pissing all over the floor. What? What do you mean? Monika says, what the fuck are you on, Lucas? I'm on a whole new level of fulfillment. You grab Lucas and pull him away from Monika, who begins to struggle with the strength of 10 men. You idiot. You just made her feel worse. What? Monika says, gang, take Lucas back home. He clearly needs a talk. Rosie said, did the other guy tell himself to stop laughing? That's what I was thinking. I don't know if I was supposed to say that, though. The 10 of you begin dragging Lucas off, who protests the entire time. I'm fucking sorry, Monika. Fuck, I love you, baby. Monika, stop struggling. Monika says, shut up, Lucas. I got gnats. I don't want your love. You keep dragging Lucas away as you hear Monika continue to scream profanities at Lucas. Let's add to our pins here. Okay. The X leader of the gay mice now loyally follows Monika and has connections to the other 5 leaders. That's what they're called, the 5 leaders, I guess. Monika heads back home. You're back at your shitty apartment where you notice how dark it is. The fuck you mean shitty apartment? I live in a goddamn mansion. How about try that again? The 10 of you drag Lucas back to your home, then proceed to beat the shit out of him. You kick him in the face, breaking his nose. You punch him in the throat, causing him to die instantly. Holy fuck! Monika says he clearly lost it. Let him be an example of how not to act, men. The call fighter said, "Oh shit, Lucas is dead! Lucas has been with us for like a while, oh my god!" Oh yeah, Coffee was there for like the unrecorded parts of this too. You proceed to burn Lucas's body as per Monika's instructions. Holy shit! Afterward, you all go back to your usual activities. A month passes and you've gotten back to normal routine. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh god. Monika says to Nats, sorry, no. We've been running this shit fine for a month. Soon we will expand out of state. Rosie says Monika, the Time Warper. It is a curse, for it means she has to deal with herself in a far more literal sense than most. Oh god, I'm sorry. I had a stroke. I'm excited to get out of this town. Me too. I think it's time to contact the wolves again. Monika. Oh, okay. I don't know who the wolves are. Monika says, now that we got the gang selling the drugs for us here, we have enough money to buy property in Texas. We're moving to Texas! That's good. What do we need to do? Monika says, first, get half of the gang to follow us, and the rest will continue to operate on my behalf in New Mexico. Fuck. Don't do one of these. Alright, hold up now. Let's try that again. Sure, I can do that. The next day you wake up and send out a message to your members telling them about the new plan. Monika says, let's move out, Nats. Me and you will take the RV. I'm ready whenever you are. You both get into the RV and drive to Texas. The next few days are spent looking at houses. Monika says, nuts. Let's get a big mansion for us and the gang.
sure, but I'm sure the wolves will be needing a bigger base of operations as well.
You find a mansion that looks nice and high. How high is this place? Monika says, as high as my drugs. That's so stupid.
Perfect, so this is a nice mansion. We're also making a shitload of cash selling drugs out of the basement.
You find a mansion that is perfect. Monika buys the mansion and moves her and Nats in immediately. She says she has a nice feeling the gang war is coming soon and wants her family to be safe. Oh, Monika says, my family is in New Mexico, so they should be safe from the drug war. Or sorry, for the gang war here. Monika goes on to say that maybe she'll move her parents in once they're done remodeling the mansion. You know, I think this is a good place to conclude this one, actually. Alright, now hold up. So, I have to update the notes on here so that it will keep track of what's happened. So, I cook the best crystal meth in all of New Mexico. Or now I should say, in all of the US. I have lots of followers such as Lucas, who is now dead. Lucas was Monika's subordinate in the drug dealing business. Monika needs to stay by Monika's side. She is her hoe. Monika has saved her countless times from danger. They love each other, and Monika will do anything to protect Natsuri. Monika and Natsuri live in a large mansion while Monika cooks her crystal meth. Monika now has a gang of drug dealers that sell drugs for her in New Mexico. Monika and Natsuri now live in a mansion in Texas and have a gang ready for an incoming drug war. Or gang war. Alright. Alright, that sounds like a pretty good conclusion. We'll continue the Monika drug story another time. I might just randomly go live with AI Dungeon when I'm bored. This has been really stupid, but I enjoy this thoroughly, honestly. With that, we can go ahead and conclude this. How fitting that Lucas has been left out of the thumbnail, suggesting what happened to him. Seems that now that the stream is done, I will update the thumbnail in my spare time and include the gay mice and the rest of the gang. Shit, hold on. Alright, there we go. Okay, cool. Ignore that little like hidden Mario rat down there. Maz says, open eyes face. What the fuck? I thought a lot of people were here, but for some reason the entire time it's only said there's like 3 people in the chat, but I keep seeing so many people comment that it doesn't say her in the chat. I'm so confused. That's really weird. Bloody Good Night also reacts with a surprised face. What do you guys think of Monika's Breaking Bad story so far, guys? And also, are you as shocked as I am that I got AI Dungeon to actually follow a narrative that, like, makes sense? It's not just random gibberish now, guys. I know how to work this AI now. But a Good Night says, not bad. Hell yeah, dude. I'm looking forward to more of this. This is gonna be an ongoing series. And don't worry, I won't run with the Monika, story like forever. I'll change to other stories if you guys ever get bored of this or don't like this one as much, but I don't know, there's something really hilarious and thoroughly entertaining about Monika from Doki Doki Literature Club being like a serious thug gang leader, like crystal meth drug creator, guys. This is amazing. Shellhand says, this was the weirdest fanfic ever. But Good Night says, but it was funny when it was random. Oh yeah, I agree. It's funny when it's random, and and you know what? I'm sure we can continue to get this random, but I like it when it's random, but I hate it when it gets so random that it starts forgetting about the characters that were already introduced, and then like it just starts not making any sense, and I'm like, well, what the fuck then? It feels like it's just gibberish at that point. You know what I mean? But I've got it to avoid that. I know, okay, so one thing I did this time that I definitely didn't do last time is I did never use the story prompt. I got the AI to work so well that I don't need to use the story prompt. It makes a story by itself. But we're going to introduce some weird, wacky characters via your suggestions next stream. And we're going to introduce some other fictional characters into Monika's drug story. And maybe they'll be allies, maybe they'll be other gang leaders that Monika has to take out herself. You know what I'm saying? This will be interesting. So, I'm going to stream Mario Odyssey for a little bit, because, well, I streamed this a lot longer than I was expecting to, actually. I did not realize I streamed for this long. Jesus Christ. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Good Night says, evil smile. Ah, yes, this will be genius. To not make this a shit posting rounds, I think I'm gonna take everybody's. I'm gonna let everybody like make some suggestions, and I'll have like the chat vote on which one they think is like the best idea, and we'll like start introducing them to the story next time, guys. I'm thoroughly engaged in this story now. Okay, it's time to close AI Dungeon now. So. We'll leave it off at that. I'll be back in like maybe 10 minutes with Mario Odyssey. See ya.